I just watched James Freeman's video where he was at some courthouse. Started with a P, it was a long word, don't really care. Lots of silly things. I don't understand why the petulant child believes that the sheriff has to produce the judge's order to enforce it. I don't know what statute he's thinking of, or what case he's thinking of, or what policy he's thinking of that would require the sheriff or the undersheriff to produce a judge's order or a policy or a statute or anything in order to enforce it. I'm at a loss. There is nothing that I'm aware of that requires it. Now, maybe you can find a statute somewhere that does. Some, like the 41 CFR 102-74 400 series, there is a portion of that that requires the GSA and the tenants in GSA properties to display those policies at the entryways. But that's specific to that particular set of policies. The same thing with the 39 CFR 201 series. It requires the post offices to display poster 7. But James seems to think that for some reason the sheriff is required to produce the paper. He's not. If he does, he's being nice. He's doing the polite thing. Now you can say that the sheriff was being a dick. That's fine. You're entitled to your opinion. Was the sheriff being a dick? I don't know. James admits that he was a dick, and as far as I know, you kind of get what you give. James admitted to being a dick, and magically the sheriff was a dick back. So, and James seems to think that it was being nice that got him in trouble. No, James, it was contempt of court. It was filming in a courtroom that got you in trouble. Not being nice and asking politely if the judge would speak up. As far as the Fort Huachuca, it was filming on the base. Or at least the base police thought that you were filming on the base. That's what got you in trouble. It wasn't being nice. You're being retarded. You thought you were being nice. I have never really seen you be nice. You're typically passive-aggressive at best. But I guess maybe I'm jaded. And then at the end, when he's reading, after all the allegations that there is no judge's orders because they haven't produced it, the gal Serena, whatever her name was, goes in and gets him because James is too big of a pussy to go inside and actually get him. Oh, I need my live stream to protect me. And then he says, but it didn't protect me in Leon Valley. Because he's retarded and he's just playing. He's playing the drama for the camera. That's all I could think of. I can't think he's that stupid. Maybe he is, I don't know. So part of the judge's orders from November of 2006 said that you couldn't wear any buttons, badges, or things like that. And James brings up two exceptions, or two challenges to it. Number one, he says, the Supreme Court has already ruled on it. They've already ruled that that's unconstitutional. Well, James, you might want to familiarize yourself with the Supreme Court's rules on watching the Supreme Court, because you can't have any buttons or badges or anything like that showing political affiliation. So either you're fucking stupid and you don't understand what the Supreme Court said, or the Supreme Court's stupid and don't understand what they said. And I'm willing to bet it's the former. I'm willing to bet that. And then as far as the thin blue line, I assume that a shirt or article of clothing with that on it would be in violation of that particular order. Now, if it's part of the a sheriff's uniform, it may be. I'm not entirely sure. They may have a thin blue line patch on their uniform. If it's part of their uniform, I don't think it would be a problem because the sheriff is there in his uniform. And the sheriff has lots of patches. He has a patch showing that he's a sheriff. He has a patch showing that he's got a badge, an actual badge. He's got a patch showing he's got all sorts of patches and badges. And one could question whether the thin blue line patch shows political affiliation or something like that. Now it may, I don't know. That could be an argument. But I have a feeling that if just Joe Public walked in there with a thin blue line shirt, then maybe that would be in violation. One could definitely make an argument for it. And if it's not being enforced even-handedly, then one could make an argument that the law is being unequally applied and it's not content neutral, which it appears to be. And if it's not content neutral, then it is probably unconstitutional. But if the court is enforcing it uniformly, then it should be fine. So there you go. I may link to it, I may not. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.